In continuation with our awareness series, now we have Dr. Balkrishna S., who is a consultant for surgical gastroenterology, and he will be speaking about abdominal trauma.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking on abdominal trauma. Trauma in general is the second largest cause of disease, accounting for 15 to 20% of global health burden. Abdominal trauma is a major public health concern. It can affect all people of all ages across all socioeconomic strata. Abdominal trauma can be broadly classified as blunt abdominal trauma and penetrating abdominal trauma. Blunt abdominal trauma is the more common of the two, and the most common mechanism involving blunt abdominal trauma is motor vehicle accidents. We are in an era of industrialization and automobile boom, so automobile accidents are bound to increase with time. In a developing country like ours, the presence of two-wheelers and pedestrians lead to a significant cause of blunt abdominal trauma in motor vehicle accidents. The other common mechanisms of blunt abdominal trauma include wall collapse, fall from a height, equestrian or cattle injuries, and direct blows. On the other hand, penetrating abdominal injuries is most commonly caused by high velocity injuries such as gunshot wounds and rarely due to mishaps that happen in industries and motor vehicle accidents. In a blunt abdominal trauma, the major brunt of the force is taken by the solid intra-abdominal organs, hence the spleen and the liver are the most common organs which are involved. On the other hand, in penetrating abdominal trauma, the result of a hollow viscous injury and a vascular injury is more common. Coming to the warning signs one should be aware of when assessing intra-abdominal trauma, all polytrauma patients with altered consciousness should be evaluated to rule out intra-abdominal injuries. The presence of patterned bruises such as car seatbelt injuries and the presence of run-over tire marks should be noted for, as they can be soft indicators of intra-abdominal injury. Presence of discoloration around the umbilicus and the flanks should also be noted for, as this can be gross indicators of intra-abdominal bleed. Another section of patients with trauma to the lower thorax should be particularly evaluated for the presence of associated liver and spleen injuries, as they can be easily missed. Coming to the first aid or the initial response a trauma team needs to present when encountering intra-abdominal trauma. First thing is, if any patient is bleeding from the abdominal wall, a simple pressure needs to be applied on the abdomen so that the bleeding stops and the patient needs to be shifted to the hospital. The second possibility is the presence of a breach in the abdominal wall and evisceration of the intra-abdominal contents outside. In such patients, no attempt should be made to put the contents of the abdomen back inside. Instead, a clean cloth needs to be applied over the wound and the patient needs to be shifted to the hospital as soon as possible. Once the patient is in the hospital setting, the basics of resuscitation remain the same with assessment of circulation, airway, and breathing. A simple bedside test with sonography, known as focused assessment with sonography for trauma or FAST, can easily detect the presence of intra-abdominal fluid or blood, which is an indirect indication of intra-abdominal injury. Any patient who is hemodynamically stable can be evaluated further with a CECT abdomen to grade the level of injuries, whereas those patients who are hemodynamically unstable, that is, patients who have increasing heart rate and decreasing blood pressure, such patients need to be taken to the operation theatres immediately. Whereas patients with penetrating injuries to the abdomen usually need to be taken to the theatres directly. Everything said and done, the presence of an organized trauma management response team or system in a resource-rich setting constitutes the mainstay or an essential requirement in the management of intra-abdominal trauma patients. The time of presentation of patients has a lot to do with the outcome, as early diagnosis and prompt treatment can save many lives. With the availability of better investigation modalities, we are moving towards a more conservative approach for a majority of intra-abdominal injuries, especially the blunt trauma abdomens. Hence, we are being able to save more lives.